Welcome in, weary traveller, to Wheel Mind. Myths and monsters, from Rowan's doorstep to yours. Home of the Whispering Stone, our fatty, and even a few wild haggis, if you can find them.
What you doing, big man? I'm supposed to let his podcast finish. But I can do a better job, so let's give it a go. This one's Tornashane. 25 years I've been here. Seen a few suns setting over heather seas. Seen 1,000 more rise, mind. Sure, I'll see 1,000 more. Grouse come, grouse go, pheasants dodder, and the brightest plenty of them. But this place is proof that what's old is new once more. That's not quite the whole story, though. There's a lot we want to leave in the past. Everything is hand-picked or weeded out with care. See, whoever you are, wherever you come from, you got the right to roam. It's the law. But round these parts, we have a much more, relevant set of rules to live by. Mine. If you follow them and give everyone else the chance to know, you'll always be welcome. If you didn't, you'll be begging for something as simple as the wrath of God in you. All I'm saying is, a new sun is rising here in Tornashane. Didn't miss it. All right, pal. We'll chat later. But first, let me stick the big man's podcast on.
Welcome, weary traveller, to Tornashane. I'm Laird of the estate, Roderick Rowan, but you can call me Roddy. Where do we begin? There's so much for me to share. They say a picture tells 1,000 words. Then a good view surely says 1,000,000 more. So let's start there.
Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today, we are finally diving into the newest expansion for theHunter, CalloftheWild. And let me tell you, this one is absolutely breathtaking.
Alright, pal. I'm banned from the bingo halls round here. Don't skin off my nose, they're low-stake games. So I made one of my own. Spot every animal in the park and I'll drum something up.
Sorry about that. So, where was I? Oh yes. Prepare to step into a land where time breathes through the stone. Tornashane, our premier Scottish hunting reserve, invites you to test your mettle against the elements and the legends alike. From the rugged silhouettes of towering mountains to the mirror finish of ancient lochs, every step is a journey through a living Celtic tapestry. You can almost feel the weight of the history here, can't you? It's not just a map, it's an experience. As we move out from the shadows of the castle and into the heart of the Highlands, we're looking for more than just trophies. We're looking to find our own place in this ancient story. I've got my gear ready, the wind is in our face, and the hunt is officially on. That sign back there pointed us straight toward Eilean Castle if we keep going, and that's exactly where we're headed. But first things first. Before that, we're going to hike up to this lookout point to unlock the entire area. Wait, is that a duck I hear? It sounds like there might be a few more Eurasian widgeons nearby, but you know what? Focus. I need to keep going to that lookout point first. The atmosphere here, in Tornashane, a land where time breathes through the stone, this rain feels like it's been falling for 1,000 years. It's damp, it's cold, and it's perfectly Scottish. If I keep quiet, I might just draw in some other animals too, exactly like this American mink. I know it's right there, but man, this little creature is incredibly small and agile. It's going to be a real challenge to hunt if it comes down to that. You know, I really love this game. It might seem like a total coincidence, but I realized something incredible. I haven't played this in exactly 1 year. Last year, on March 2nd, I posted my very first video of theHunter, titled Peaceful Hunts and Perfect Weather in Silver Ridge Peaks. If you're interested and want to see where the journey began, I've left a link for it in the description of this video. When I saw that this new DLC had dropped, I was genuinely happy. There's just something about this game. It brings me such a sense of peace. It makes me feel as if I'm actually right there, standing in the middle of the forest, breathing in the mountain air. Even with this Scottish rain coming down, that feeling of calm is still there. It's the perfect escape. So here is my loadout for this map. I've picked these specifically to cover the 17 different species we're going to encounter out here in the highlands. For the large hunt, I've got the 300 Canning Magnum Frontier. This is my go-to for the heavy hitters like the red deer stags or the wild boar. It has the stomping power I need for those long-range shots across the valleys. For medium game, I'm carrying the Martinson 6.5mm. This is perfect for species like the sika, fallow, and roe deer. It's incredibly precise and stays flat over distance. For small hunt, I went with the Zarza 1522 LR. With the new European badgers and pine martens on this map, you need something fast and light for Class 1 animals. And finally, I have the Hawk Edge Carbon Mono Boride 70 bow. If I can get close enough in the thick Celtic woodlands, this is the ultimate way to stay quiet and stealthy. Alright, let's get moving. We ain't got all day. Besides, it's not like there's anyone around for me to scare off anyway. Oh, what's that? An European badger. Maybe I should slow it down after all. Looks like I was dead wrong about not having anyone to scare off. Let's see if I can get a good look at this badger. They're stocky little things, but they can disappear into the thicket faster than you'd think. I'm dropping into a crouch, moving slowly through the wet ferns. Who knows? If I can get a clean angle and a solid distance, I might just take the shot. It would be a great addition to the collection for this new map.
Badgers are missiles made of beef, piss, and vinegar. Even if they look like mashed potato-loving jobbies, they're bitter wee Neds with fur. Oh, pieces of work, I tell you. The only thing hunting badgers these days are cars, honestly. We could use a few less. Oh, they are flipping tanks of TV. Have a go. So cute. Love a good woodcock. Taste of them is unreal.
I haven't even properly started yet, and I've already run into a European badger and a Eurasian woodcock. I'm tracking the badger right now with my binoculars, just keeping a close eye on it as it moves through the brush. But, looking at the stats, yeah, it's a female. I've made a rule for myself in this playthrough. I'm not shooting females anymore. We are strictly hunting males from here on out. It's tempting because she's right there, but I want to keep the population healthy and hold out for a big trophy boar. Look at that, a ring-necked pheasant need zone. These birds are such a classic sight, but seeing them here in the Scottish Highlands adds a whole different layer to the hunt. They're famous for those vibrant, iridescent feathers and that white ring around the neck that gives them their name. But don't let the colors fool you. They are masters of hiding in plain sight.
I'm sure you're impressed. You should be able to spot Kaishel and Ellen from where you're standing. Which is where you'll be heading for your first taste of what you'll be hunting. And more importantly, our hospitality. Haggis, the most elusive quarry of the Highland hunter. A majestic beast, found only here in Scotland. Typically, one leg is longer than the other to aid them in scampering round mountains. Which makes breeding a challenge, so they requisition the help of an opportune hillock. Regardless, in just a few days, you'll join the ranks of the truly legendary. But first, all you need to join is us for dinner.
Wait, Do you hear that? That's a fallow deer call, and it sounds really close. If you're wondering what I'm doing right now, I'll tell you, it's a lure. I'm trying to coax this fallow deer to come right toward me.
Allo, since you're out and about, reckon you could take a few snaps for the site? They don't have to be good, they just have to be. So no worries if you shoot photos like you shoot your haggers.
Let me get the binoculars out and scan.
And that's a fallow deer. They normally move in larger herds, so this could be your chance to pick one off.
There are 2 females right there, but you know the rule. We don't shoot females. I'm going to keep looking. Wait! There he is. That's a pretty nice male. I can't take the shot from here. There's a tree right in my line of sight. So I'm going to sidestep about 2 meters to the right, get a clear angle, and then aim right for the chest, and bum. He dropped in his tracks, didn't even make it a single step. I'm running over to claim him. This is my very first trophy on this map. All right, let's see the harvest screen. Okay, so even though the shot was perfect, hit the heart, everything was spot on. It's only a silver trophy. He just didn't have the size for gold, but at least he's a male and a great way to start the session. If you're wondering why we get these hunter score rewards in the Hunter Call of the Wild, it's actually the backbone of your progression. It's not just about the trophy, it's about proving your skill. Every clean shot and every harvest earns you points that go toward unlocking better gear, more powerful rifles, and specialized perks. Let me check my mission log real quick. Okay, I've got it. The main story mission is to head over and visit the main lodge. Then, I have some side objectives to take care of as well. I need to spot a bunch of animals and take some pictures. It's actually perfect because it forces me to slow down and really look at the environment while I'm exploring the map. Man, just look at this landscape. It's stunning. To the right of the bridge, you can see the deep forest and the lake stretching out, but the bridge itself is the real star here. It's made of old stone, and on both sides of the road there are these gorgeous trees. They look like magnolias because they have these massive, deep red flowers that look almost velvety. It's such a contrast to the rugged mountains, having these vibrant, soft blooms lining the path to the castle. It makes the whole approach feel like something out of a movie. I'm crossing over now, taking it all in before I reach the main gate. I'm looking up at that gatehouse, and there it is, that beautiful insignia with the 2 deer standing on their hind legs over a shield. You have to wonder what that signifies. In heraldry, deer like that usually represent peace and harmony, but also someone who will not fight unless provoked. It's like they're the ancient guardians of these highlands, standing watch over the wolf's lair. It really makes you feel like you're stepping into a piece of history. Man, I can't believe how fast time flies in this game.
Right, hope you liked your haggis. I'm Isla, the gamekeeper here at Tornashean. I trust you're brought to pop his podcast on when you need to. I'll be about to keep you in the real world. Suits me, I can do some actual work while Roderick's on one. Anyway, next step's the tour, so tune into episode 2 whenever you fancy and give me a shout when you're done.
Designing a website doesn't have to be a myth with Circle Junkie, who are the sponsors of today's episode. The haggis is an elusive and wily beast, hunted for its tasty flesh and thrilling chase. Even the finest tracker can head home empty-handed. However, you have the very best in the business. Available wherever good podcasts are found. First things first, you'll need a lure, cheese, chips, and curry sauce. Or a bagpipe cola should do the trick.
It's absolutely incredible to read these details while standing right here in the heart of the reserve. Since we are diving deep into the lore, here is a short history of this legendary place. Eilean Castle dates back to the 13th century and is undoubtedly the most photographed castle in Scotland. It has appeared in numerous Hollywood blockbusters and is instantly recognizable worldwide. However, this wasn't always the case. 2019 marked 300 years since the fateful Battle of Eilean Castle, which left the structure in ruins. It took 200 years to even begin rebuilding, with its final completion in 1932 securing its future for many centuries to come. It sits on the west coast of Scotland, on the road to the Isle of Skye, situated between the sea lochs of Loch Duich, Loch Alsh, and Loch Long. It's about 4.5 hours north of Glasgow and Edinburgh, and only 90 minutes west of Inverness. Oh, look what I found tucked away in the castle. It's a plushie that looks exactly like a little plesiosaur, and there is only one reason for it to be here in the Highlands. This is a clear reference to Nessie, the legendary Loch Ness monster. Even though we are near Loch Duich, Loch Alsh, and Loch Long, the myth of the monster is so iconic to Scotland that the developers couldn't resist hiding this Easter egg in the game. It's a playful nod to the most famous, hidden animal in the country, while we are out here trying to spot real ones. It's a funny contrast. We're out here hunting for fallow deer and red deer with high-powered rifles, and yet the most famous creature in the world is just sitting here as a cute, teal-stuffed animal on a fancy chair. We're heading down to the next level. I'm looking at this massive table now. Wow, how many people can even fit here? It's huge. I was almost going to ask if the Knights of the Round Table sat here, but yeah, I know, I'm just joking. Still, the scale of it is legendary. I see the gramophone, picky as I am with the details. What an interesting object to find here. And oh, a set of bagpipes. That is the perfect contrast to that modern pool table we just saw upstairs. I'm backtracking just a second. I almost missed a room. Let's see what's in here. Oh, that's a sight. I haven't seen banners hanging right next to a fireplace like that before. But I have to admit, that painting above the hearth fits the room perfectly. It really ties the whole Highland Noble vibe together. Alright, now let's finally see where these stairs lead. Descending now. Okay, it looks like we've reached the cellar. It's a massive utility space, which makes sense for a place this size. I see two huge boilers. Honestly, I'm not surprised given how many rooms they have to heat in a stone castle like this. And look at this, barrels. I wonder if they're full of wine, or if they're just for show. What's really striking is that they're kept behind iron bars, almost like a dungeon for the booze. It's a very old world way to secure the supplies. I'm heading toward the lower exit now. Time to breathe some fresh Scottish air and see where the path takes us next. Alright everyone, we're leaving the cellar behind and heading out to see what's in the middle of this tiny island. We have to pass through here anyway to get to our next quest, so it's the perfect time for a little detour. Wait a second. I have that nagging feeling that I've forgotten something. No, I'm not talking about the scent eliminator. I've got that covered, and I'm using it right now to keep the wind from giving me away. But there's something else. Was it one of those side objectives? Anyway, I'll figure it out if it was something important. Did you know that Eilean Donan Castle isn't just a pile of scenic stones, but a fortress that was once blown into the sky? Imagine the scene. It's 1719, and the air is thick with the same highland mist we're walking through right now. Inside those walls, 46 Spanish soldiers are hunkered down, supporting the Jacobite rebellion. Suddenly, 3 massive Royal Navy frigates, the Worcester, the Enterprise, and the Flamborough, loom out of the gray sea. They didn't just attack, they unleashed a relentless firestorm of cannonballs until the walls groaned. But here's the real secret. When the British finally stormed the island, they found 343 barrels of gunpowder. Instead of keeping it, they used it to trigger a colossal explosion that leveled the castle to the ground. For 200 years, it lay in ruins, a skeleton of rock haunted by the Spanish ghost, who supposedly still wanders the rebuilt gallery, searching for the head he lost in the blast. It wasn't until 1911 that John McCrae Gilstrap decided to bring it back to life. He spent 20 years rebuilding it, following a secret floor plan that a local man claimed to have seen in a dream. As the rain slicks the bridge under my boots and the crows circle the battlements, you realize you aren't just looking at a building. You're looking at a ghost story that refused to stay dead. Alright everyone, eyes on the screen. I think I see something. There's a bird over here, it sounds so close. I'm going to creep toward the water's edge, nice and slow. If I get just a bit closer to the bank, I'm bound to spot it. Wait, look at that. I just stumbled upon a fallow deer drinking location.
Widgeons are such wee babies. Cute little things.
But that bird wasn't just a random duck. It's actually a Eurasian widgeon. For this one, I'm switching over to the Zarza 15. It's the perfect tool for this kind of small game. And bang! I love this rifle, especially because it's so quiet. It doesn't blow my cover immediately. Now for that fallow deer, I'm swapping to the Martinson. It's a bit more heavy-duty for a bigger target. Once again, lungs full of air, holding it, and that wasn't exactly the clean shot I was aiming for. It's a hit, but it didn't drop on the spot. I'm going to have to track it down now. I'll catch up with you guys once I find it. I don't think you want to watch the whole tracking process in the mud.
A few moments later.
I finally found this fallow deer. Looking at the harvest screen, yeah, it's only a silver. I missed the vital organs, so I didn't get that quick kill bonus or the full score. It's a bit of a bummer, especially after all that tracking. But that's the reality of hunting in these conditions. I'm opening up the map now so you can see exactly how long I've been chasing that deer. Did you know that in Scotland there's a legend about selkies? They are mythical creatures that look like seals in the water, but can shed their skin to become beautiful humans on land. They say if a hunter steals a selkie's skin, they are forced to stay in human form forever.
Minks have small home ranges, so the hunt isn't likely to last too long. Best not to fall them up trees.
With all this water around us in Tor Nan Sithain, it wouldn't surprise me to see something mysterious lurking by the short deer. Lo, maybe I haven't spotted anything mysterious or mythical yet, but I definitely saw a fallow deer. This is it. There's a massive one right here. No more messing around with silvers. This is the one we've been looking for. Let's take him down. All right, it's showtime. I'm reaching back and sliding the Martinson 6.5 millimeters off my shoulder. He looked pretty massive through the scope. Maybe he's not a legendary rank, but I'd bet he's a gold for sure.
See, the crouch makes all the difference. Let's have a look at him.
All right, let's see what we've got. The moment of truth. Bingo, just like I thought. It's a gold trophy. The intuition didn't fail me this time. Looking at the harvest screen, those antlers are massive, and the symmetry is top-notch. That 6.5 millimeter shot was exactly where it needed to be. This is a beautiful specimen, and there's no way I'm letting this one go. I'm definitely saving it for the trophy lodge. All right, let's see what's going on at this green marker on the map. Looks like a point of interest. Oh wait, it's a cemetery. I'm looking at these mossy headstones and thinking about the history. This place isn't just for show. It's the old burial ground of the Guthrie clan. Back in the day, they chose this tiny island because they believed spirits couldn't cross running water. It was a way to keep their ancestors safe and undisturbed. Walking between the graves now, with the highland mist clinging to my jacket, I can almost feel the centuries of history under my boots. It's crazy to think that while I'm out here chasing trophies, I'm literally standing on the final resting place of the people who used to call these glens home long before rifles like my Martinson even existed. The mission doesn't trigger. Not the right spot, the game basically tells me. So I move further down the path, thinking maybe a wide shot is better. I try again. Still nothing! Seriously? This camera is being so picky. I keep wandering around like a confused tourist. Standing here among these old, weathered stones, it hits me. I totally forgot the photos. I was supposed to snap a shot of Eilean Castle earlier, and now I've got this mission to photograph the cemetery too. I'm such a disaster.
The chapel was here for christenings, here for weddings, here for funerals. Now it's gone, burned to the ground in the 15th century, and all it left behind is a field of graves.
Man, that was annoying. Turns out you have to be in one very specific magic spot for the game to actually count the photo. After wasting like 10 shots and moving all over the place, I finally nailed it. The mission is officially ticked off. Alright, map is marked. I see the waypoint, and I'm heading out now. I'll keep a low profile while I make the trek so one don't spook anything big along the way. It's a bit of a walk, but I'll catch you as soon as I'm standing at the marker. Change of plans. I know I said I'd meet you at the waypoint, but I just spotted a roe deer on the way. I've got this mission sitting in my log to harvest a deer from 40 meters or closer, and honestly, roe deer are perfect for this. They react so well to the caller's lures compared to other species, so this is my best shot. I'm going full stealth mode now, crawling through the brush and keeping the wind in my face. I'm going to use the caller to lure them in tight. If it works, they'll walk right into my lap. I might even be able to snag more than one if I'm lucky and quick enough. Let's see if I can pull off this close-range play. Man, such a rookie move. I pulled off the hard part, creeping in like a ghost and using the bow for that dead silent surgical hit, but I totally blanked on the most basic rule. I didn't check the gender. I'm standing over her now, and yeah, it's a female. The mission log is staring back at me, basically mocking me. Harvest a male deer. All that stealth and perfect calling just to realize I jumped the gun because I was so focused on the 40-meter mark. It's frustrating because the bow shot was actually beautiful, but in the heat of the moment, I just saw a silhouette and took the shot. Guess that's what happens when you get too excited about the lure working perfectly. Back to square one for the mission, I guess. Man, I gave it another shot, but no dice. I kept hitting the caller, but if there was a buck nearby, he definitely wasn't buying what I was selling. Sometimes they just know when something's off. Or maybe the wind shifted at the worst possible moment. Whatever, I'm not going to waste any more time crouching in the bushes. I'm packing up the bow, getting back on my feet, and hauling it over to that marked point we talked about. I'll stick to the plan and stop overthinking the side missions for a second. Finally made it. But man, before I even step inside, I spotted something parked right at the entrance of the house. A white car. Honestly, I'm staring at it and I can't quite put my finger on the make. It's got that classic rugged look. But if any of you watching know what brand it is, drop a comment and let me know. Anyway, enough staring at the driveway. Let's get to business and unlock this second outpost. I'm stepping onto the porch now and, wow, this spot is actually a vibe. It's right on the edge of the water, and with the low tide right now you can see all the rocks and seaweed peeking through. There are these little fishing boats just sitting there in the mud waiting for the water to come back. It's super peaceful, definitely one of the best looking outposts I've found so far. Man, talk about a tease. I'm looking through the binoculars and there's a whole herd of sika deer just hanging out right by the water. It's a huge group, but no matter how much I glass the area, I'm not seeing a single set of antlers, just a sea of females. I'm sticking to my guns on this one though. The rule is no females. After that mix-up with the roe deer earlier, I'm being extra disciplined. It's tempting to just take a shot since they're right there, but it's not worth the pressure on the map or the ammo. I'm just gonna stay low in the grass and watch them for a bit. There's something actually pretty cool about just observing them move through the low tide mud. Looking back at the footage now, I realized I totally missed another point of interest. I was so distracted by the boats and the low tide that I just walked right past it. I'm actually dying to know what's hidden there, so I'm definitely making a mental note to hit that spot in the next video and report back to you guys. For now, I'm checking the map one more time to lock in my next real objective. I've got the route planned out and I'm ready to roll. No more distractions, hopefully. No more accidental doe hunts. Just straight to the next big spot. I'm heading out now, so I'll catch you guys once I'm at the destination. Man, the Highlands are really trying to mess with me today. While I was heading up, I spotted what looked like a weather station, or some kind of mast, so I had to take a little detour just to check it out. Can't help myself with those landmarks. But now that I'm back on track toward the waypoint, things are getting seriously weird. I don't know if you guys can see this on the screen, but it's literally raining. Like, full-on drops hitting the ground. I mean, yeah, there are some clouds up there, but none of them look like thunderclouds, you know? They're way too light for this. And yet, I'm hearing these deep rolls of thunder in the distance. It's such a trip, raining while the sun is out and hearing thunder from clouds that look totally harmless.
Beautiful. Now that's the sound of rebellion. Haggises love that noise, so I'm sure one will appear any second now. Dun, dun. Dun, dun. Well, better go have a look.
Hey, Bill. You're saying you found haggis tracks? No harm in following them, I guess. Wait until Roderick hears about this.
Honestly, I'm kind of bummed out. I just started tracking these prints, but I really wish the game had let that bagpipe music play longer. It just cut off way too soon. By the way, did you notice that Scottish doesn't really look like English? I mean, they're similar, but I barely understand a word of it.
Okay, and now you've seen the thing, let's have a look-see. No movement. Put a bullet in it. Well, I'm not so sure the haggis you shot will taste so good. Still, there's more where that came from. Hello, pal. Hikers have been telling me there's a din coming from Piper's Pit. It's probably nothing, but I'd appreciate if you could get a look. And because I'm contractually obliged to mention it, your man has a podcast episode on it too. Cheers.
The Phantom Piper of Tor na Shean is a tragic tale of times gone by. A lone child trapped in the dark, plotting the way for a horde of men above ground, alone for all eternity. Some say when the night is still, you can hear a wobbling above the muir. Little Rabbi, loyally performing his duty in the next life, a service for those who have long since given up on him.
All right, pal. Didn't mean to remind you, but your haggis hunt didn't go so well the first time. I would say it happens to the best of us, but I've never heard of it happening to anyone else. Anyway, thought it might help if we went through making bait for the haggis. Now, you might not know this, but the wild haggis is a carnivore. Loves eating deer, their natural prey in fact. So let's get ourselves some of that.
If you're wondering where I'm headed, I'm making my way to a lookout point to unlock this section of the map. It's going to make navigating this area so much easier once I can actually see the terrain. Usually when I play the other DLCs, I just grab the ATV, tear across the map to every single lookout point, unlock everything at once, and only then start the missions. But this time, I decided to actually savor the game. Since it's a bit on the shorter side and I don't usually head back too often once I've finished a map, I want to take it slow and soak in the atmosphere.
Foxes are elusive, tough to spot, and even tougher to catch. Good going.
That's a wrap for this one. We've unlocked the outpost, wrestled with the camera at the cemetery, and even survived some ghost rain clouds. Before I head out to the next spot, I want to hear from you. What did you think of the video? Do you want to see more of this slower, savored style of gameplay? If you enjoyed the atmosphere and the hunt, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe so you don't miss the next part. Also, I'm really curious, what do you think about this AI voice I've been using? Does it fit the vibe of the Highlands? Drop a comment below and let me know your thoughts.